third largest political party in the United States. The Libertarian Party believes that it's time to end the conservative versus liberal mindset and time to promote economic and individual liberty. It's time to lower taxes and slash bureaucratic regulation of business, and it's time to end the failed two-party system that keeps them from getting anything done. It's time to stop insanely wasteful government spending, and it's time for the Libertarian Party. Okay, thanks, Bob. I'm going to read about some of your policies. With the Iraq and foreign policy, you believe that the invasion and occupation of Iraq, there was mistakes that need to be corrected. We got to bring our troops home from Iraq without delay. America needs strong national defense, but emphasis must be on true defense and protecting our own nation from direct threats. We can't waste American blood and treasure in policing the globe. And our foreign policy should welcome trade, cultural ties, and other contacts with nations. On healthcare, you believe that the costs are soaring, which puts doctors out of business and patients out of care. The main difference of the surge in prices is government indifference with medicine, massive spending programs, and overproductive tax preferences and burdensome regulations. We need to encourage the market forces and patient choice in healthcare. This is the best way to ensure healthcare at an affordable price for all. More government regulations and interventions mean higher prices for lower quality of medicines. And you're really strong about the Second Amendment, and it guarantees an individual the right to bear arms in the United States, and you believe that this is crucial to the security of a nation against all enemies, domestic and foreign. It's a fundamental part of our American liberty and our country's history, and it should not be restricted in any way. On civil liberties, you believe that since 9/11, the Bush administration has repeatedly asked or forced the American people to sacrifice their liberty for the promise of more security, and as a result, Americans are now subject to pervasive surveillance, a national ID card for the first time in our history, and an executive branch that believes itself unaccountable to the courts of Congress. We have to stop these moves to unnecessarily increase the power and unaccountability for the federal government. Those who give up their liberties and privacy for the government's promise of safety will find neither in the end. On energy, you believe that American who has filled up his or her car in the past few months knows that we need new policy. Opening up our U.S. lands for energy exploration is a good step, but we should also remove other regulations that limit energy production and refining and thereby increase the prices. The free market based on competition and consumer choice, not government regulation, should direct long-term energy policy. Your education is kind of weird. You believe that the government monopoly on education must end and that parents need more true choice in educating their children and should not be forced into paying into a failing system that they don't want to use. So, Bob, what do you think we should do about that? Well, I think that tax credits should be given to the parents who opt out of sending their children to government-run schools, and the right to homeschool children should be protected from government abridgment. Okay, thanks, Bob. On spending in the economy, you take a really strong stand. You say that our taxes are too high because government spending is out of control. Republicans and Democrats have both contributed to this fiscal recklessness that is pushing the U.S. towards financial disaster. While the value of the dollar plummets, government spending is going through the roof. Private businesses are being forced to lay their workers off, but not the government. The government must stop spending money it does not have and begin to drastically reduce expenditures. Congress and the President should both eliminate agencies and programs that have no constitutional basis or legitimate function. Pork and corporate welfare alike should be eliminated. The U.S. should no longer subsidize the defense of prosperous allies. If they don't need to be kept up, why should we keep paying to keep them up? It's just extra money in their pocket. Major entitlements such as Social Security and Medicare must be reformed to emphasize individual savings and insurance. Cutting the spending and the burdensome regulations will allow the economy to flourish. Lastly, I'd like to talk about your immigration plan. And while Republicans and Democrats play political games with immigration reform, the problem only gets worse. We must have a secure border to prevent those who would harm the nation's public security or public health from entering. We should reform the current immigration progress to encourage legal immigration, especially of the most productive workers, those with entrepreneurial, professional, and scientific skills. And we got to eliminate the government benefits for those who enter the nation illegally, and should stop providing citizenship to anyone just because they're born in America, including those are here illegally or temporarily visiting. and overall we must balance the need for security and economic growth. So those are all your issues, Bob, and I thank you for coming today. I ordered some Barr candy bars, but instead they sent me some Barack Obama and John McCain candy, so you can go